What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Let me know if you can hear me. Appreciate you, hubby. So, now with that being said, that's a good sign. Now, can you still hear me? Even with the camera off? I had to test that out too. Yeah. Let me know if you can. Okay, that's good. That's good. Appreciate you, hubby. Even in your spare time, you still being a husband. No, I'm just playing. Ain't got no spare time. Cause right now, y'all, hubby is doing what a husband should be doing, being a provider. Facts. This facts. Facts. We just waiting for some more people. Make sure y'all hit me with a like. I know I'm worth it. I know I'm worth it. Hit me with a like. Good morning to the people. So I know y'all probably finna be mad at the thumbnail, but it is what it is. Because me as a black person myself that hates when other cultures be racist, you better listen to me when I say that black people are evil. Well, most of them are. You better really listen to me. I'm telling you. You know what? When I was younger, right? What's up, your girl Amanda? When I was younger, and I'm trying to keep it low because my baby's still asleep. When I was younger, I used to think that, like people just being racist towards black people, steady talking about black people this and black people that. People be being racist towards us. It's really them. I really used to think like that. And honestly, yes, I still do call racism when I see it. But I used to think that anytime another culture would say something negative about black people, they was just being racist, right? Whole time, bro. Now that I was today years old. And let me know if y'all could still hear me, please. I mean, it's literally embarrassing that I have to talk about my own culture of people right now. It's very embarrassing. And no, I don't have black fatigue, okay? I do not run with that crowd. They have black fatigue. But I can say that I am definitely disappointed. I can say I'm very definitely disappointed in my own culture of people because y'all and fuck what people gotta say about us. It ain't even really about that, but at the same time, it's like y'all proving these people right. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Give me a second, guys, because I need somebody to tell me if they can hear me or not. Anyway, until I test it out myself. It's a shame that I gotta sit here and talk about my own culture of people early in the morning. You wanna know why? Because the demons is out early in the morning. It don't matter what time of day, it don't matter. We always find a way to dislike one another. No matter the time of day. It don't matter if it's the morning, the afternoon, the evening. This is why I never understood why they get upset when you don't say good morning back to them. Make it make sense. Give me a second, y'all. Y'all, I gotta test this out on my other device because I can't get nobody to tell me if they can hear me. Bear with me. What's up? Make sure you let me know if you can hear me. What's up? Make sure. All right, y'all, we back. I just had to make sure that I test everything out. Let's do one more testing, and then that's it. We're gonna be sure. We're gonna be good for sure. So bear with me, y'all. It's unfortunate that I have to do this because YouTube loves to silence people. So make sure y'all just hit the like button for me anyway. All right, now we can hear. Okay, that's what's up. So, all right, so you said I'm racist, J Blocks. This girl's mod is a. Okay, we're gonna get you up out of here. I mean, hey, look, let me tell y'all something. Y'all are most definitely entitled to your own opinion, but I ain't gonna lie to you. You ain't finna disrespect my mod, which is my husband, and you damn sure ain't finna come on this channel and disrespect me. So watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. So anyway, like I was saying, right? He said that I'm racist, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I stated, when I was younger, right, I used to think that every time a culture had something negative to say about black people, they were being racist. Real talk. And don't get me wrong, I still call racism when I see it. No doubt about it. I do. But honestly, some of the stuff that black people do on some real stuff, bro. On some real. I can't even lie. As a black person myself, y'all really do be, and I hate to say this, but y'all really do be proving these other cultures to be correct about y'all. For real. The stuff that y'all do. And notice how the title says most black people are evil. Not all. Not all. Not all. So if the shoe fit, put that motherfucker on. If the shoe fit, put it on. Lace it up. Because at this point, you know I'm talking about you then. If you get offended by that title, then I'm talking about you. But if you are a very kind, respectful black person, you don't got to worry about getting into fights and stuff like that out here with people. You're not ratchet. You're not, a troublemaker. You're not problematic. You don't start chaos and stuff. You want peace. I'm not talking about you then. If you carry any of those traits. But if you just out here rowdy as hell, ready to cause trouble, ready for war, like I said, y'all talking about Iran and Israel, but you at war with yourself. Y'all talking about Iran and Israel, but you at war with yourself. You at war with yourself before you go to war with the people. You ready for war because you hate yourself. Real talk. I used to always think that, oh, it's this culture that's getting lip injections and, you know, breast implants and butt implants and hip implants, and it's this culture that's doing that. It's this culture that's, treating their children like nothing. It's this culture. I used to really think like that. But as now that I'm at the age that I'm at, and I have to had to experience a lot as a grown ass black woman my damn self. Oh yeah, I know it's our people. It's our people. And you know what? On some real stuff, we are a problem to each other. That's the real truth. That's the real truth. That's what I'm really talking about. Y'all be out here screaming black power and all this, but we can't even get along with each other. Let's be 100. We can't even get along with each other. We don't even want to see each other elevate. Like I said, I do not have black fatigue. Do not put me in that category. It's just that, I'm tired of like seeing the signs and not calling it out. It's pretty evident that us as black people are gonna have an extremely hard time uniting with each other if we never do. Yeah, I mean, it's either we never unite or we're just gonna have an extremely hard time uniting with one another. It's very few good black people out here, man. When when I learned years ago that we was gonna be it was gonna be good versus evil, I used to always think like, evil, wicked, rich people. I really used to think like that of other cultures. I thought we were just it's good versus evil, like, all of the black people are good people and we're just gonna, be at odds with other races, because this is when I found out in my young days about good and evil, good versus evil. I thought that it was just gonna be like black people against other cultures, like for real, because people were being mean to us, racist to us. And honestly, y'all, it ain't even got nothing to do with racism at this point. It's not. It literally it's good versus evil, because it's people out here that's not racist and they're evil as hell. So it has nothing to do with. I mean, the racism is within evil. Like, you have to be evil in order to be racist. I mean, I don't remember the last time I met an extremely kind-hearted racist person. Make that make sense. You have to be very evil and have some very wicked ways to be racist. Okay, but that's not the only evil characteristic. It's just so many different ones. Racism ain't the only one. And like, it's not even just about racism, it's just good versus evil right now. For real, people just gonna be racist as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not saying that it should be acceptable and we should accept that people are racist and stuff like that. Unfortunately, when a person has their mind made up, you have to accept that they got their mind made up anyway. But I'm not saying, like, what I'm saying is we should be able to, you know, speak up for ourselves in a situation where a person comes up to us trying to be racist and stuff like that. Obviously, you have your right to speak up for yourself. But in today's time, be careful. Damn, you can't even speak up for yourself nowadays. That's the crazy part. But what I'm saying though, what I'm saying, it's good versus evil. And I always thought that it was just going to be different cultures at odds with one another. It was going to be a race thing and all of that. Y'all, like I said, it's so many different evil characteristics within people that it don't make no sense. And especially black folks. I never imagined in I never imagined the last I want to say the last 4.5 years is when I finally came to the realization that wow, black people are we really like this, like we really doing each other like this. And I didn't get my mind right about it until back in what 2021, 2022 is when I started finding out the hard way that um my own culture my own culture is doing me dirty. My own culture of people. Black people definitely can be racist. Real talk. Um and not even just that though, but most black people are very wicked. They very evil. And I just, like I said, I never imagined it to be this way. I never imagined us to go to war with each other like this, though. Like, I imagine us, going to war with other cultures and stuff like that because of racism and us as a black culture having to defend ourselves against other cultures. I've imagined it that way, you know, because that's how I used to think. I never knew that, us as black people was gonna be at odds with each other like this. Like it has become so bad that let's tell the truth, y'all. We walk past each other on the streets and we don't even say anything to one another. Let's tell the truth. We throw one another under the bus, under the jail. Let's tell the truth. We work against one another for money. We would do anything for money. Let's tell the truth. Our families are dysfunctional. We are dysfunctional. Let's tell the truth. As a matter of fact, let me not say we, because I do not want to include myself in that category of black folks. I'm not like that. I am not like the evil, wicked black people, okay? Like I said, not all black people are what I'm speaking of. So if you know you're not like that, don't put yourself in that category. I'm talking about very evil, wicked black people that me and my husband has had to, come across in the last few years. I didn't know it was gonna be like this though. Come on now. And then y'all so evil and wicked that you train your children up to be the same exact way as you. To the point where you don't care if they go outside that door. You don't care what time they get back in the house. There is no discipline, no structure inside of your home whatsoever. But you on the internet. talking about everybody else's child and you can't keep yours under control. I'm just saying, let's tell the truth, y'all. Stop putting on the facade. Stop saying black power, because we both know that it's only black power when there's racism involved. There's only black power when these politicians are coming together to try to take something away from us as a black people. That's the only time we scream black power. But when we out here at war with one another, going to war with one another over some food, over some Jordans, over who's staring at who dressed better than who got more money than who has a better education than who. You know what I'm saying? It ain't black power then when we at war with each other for stuff like that. It ain't black power when we out here killing and shooting each other over nonsense. It ain't black power then. It's only black power and Black Lives Matter when racism is involved. When it's a white officer standing over a black person with a gun, then it's black power, then it's Black Lives Matter. Then we come together as a culture. We doing marches and all type of stuff. We having gatherings and you know what I'm saying? And the only time is Black Lives Matter and the fist and the power to my people. Let's be 100, Juneteenth. And y'all know nothing about Juneteenth, bro. Y'all just celebrating because you need a reason to get drunk. You need a reason to spend your money. You need a reason to get lit. That's the only way that is black power. The only time that we unite as a race is when there's a death in the family or when the pagan holidays just has to be celebrated. That's the only time we unite. That's the only time we unite. And they hate when I talk about this. You know, I had to bring this to the light because yesterday was just the ultimate evil amongst the black community. And I know that one of the reason being is because it was the first of the month. Unfortunately, in a lot of urban black communities, on the first of the month, a lot of the black people, most of them, get real, like, outrageously wicked. And you want to know why? It's because they got their first of the month checks, first of the month food stamps, first of the month this, that, and the third. Anything linking to money. Because y'all understand something. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And that is how, this is how their evil evolves. Because they have this urge to spend. And they get in this materialistic mindset at that point where it's like, man, I just need a reason to celebrate. I need a reason to spend. So then they not only become lovers of themselves, but their addiction for spending and spending their money and having more money after they spent their money, it becomes ridiculous. It's like it's all their mind is just they mind, it can't think of nothing else but money. Once they get what they want, they become extremely arrogant and boastful and evil and most importantly, selfish. This is why I always say as well, I can feel the evil in the atmosphere, not only on the first of the month, but every time a pagan holiday comes around, it gets worse. The evil becomes worse in the black community because they need a reason to celebrate. They need a reason to get drunk. They need a reason to get high. They need a reason to go to the club. They need a reason to throw some money. They need a reason to spend it. And I'm telling you, that's all their mind is surrounded. Their mind is surrounded by materialistic things and money. That's all they think about. They can't think about the love for anybody else. They can't think about their children. They can't think about, doing right at all. Because not only is their mind, you know, surrounded by nothing but money, but it's like, I forgot what I was about to say. Just forgot what I was about to say. But it's cool because my whole point that I'm trying to make is this is why a lot of black folks are very wicked nowadays. And yesterday, when we were out, the wickedness within the black community was outrageous. And honestly, I can say that it was because of the time, but like I said earlier in this live stream, you know what? Now it has nothing to do with the time anymore. It doesn't matter if it's the morning, the afternoon, the evening. They're just gonna be evil regardless. It don't matter if it's 5 a.m., the crack of dawn, they're still evil as hell. They wake up out the bed evil. They wake up out of their sleep wicked. How? How? How do you wake up mad and evil and ready to ruin someone else's life or try to ruin somebody? Like, why do you have that intent though? How? How do you wake up out of your sleep like that? I just don't understand. I don't. So, we in a store yesterday. Do you not know? I just look. I wanted to throw it down and walk out. I just wanted to throw down the item and walk out at that point because, like, I'm in a store full of my own culture of people, full of black folks, okay? Not none other culture is around. I'm just real talk. If it's black power and if it's Black Lives Matter, how come we can't say hello, how you doing to one another? How come, and y'all know, the people that know me, I don't give a damn about saying hello, how you doing, but on some real stuff though, like we cannot greet each other at all. We do not speak to each other. That is not normal. That is not normal. We don't speak to each other at all. As I'm looking around the whole entire store, I'm seeing people, women not controlling their children, letting their children run around the store, go here, go there, through every aisle. You know what I'm saying? I'm realizing what? There is no father around, just a single black woman. Every time I saw a child, they was with their mother. The father wasn't around. Little kids, little babies running through the store. Mama ain't telling them to stop. Mama ain't telling them to come here. Mama don't give a damn. But when she get to that register and you're not there, she's gonna call your name and cuss you out. You let them run off in the store. Now you ready to cuss them out because you don't see where they at? They not by you? Bro, let me tell you something. When we were, and I just want to say this real quick. When we were younger Ain't no running off in the store. You bet not run off in the store. You already know what it is. I'm just being 100. There was more structure. There was more discipline. You're not gonna run off in the store. You know that. You're not gonna touch nothing. You're not gonna ask your parents for nothing. You ain't about to do none of that because you already know. You know what I'm saying? There was more discipline. There was more structure back then. And it's not like that anymore. See, black folks have took it to a whole nother level of when they say stuff like, oh, I just want my child to have better than what I had back when I was younger. They take it to a whole nother level of them allowing their children to do whatever the hell they want. Why are you allowing your 1 year old to roam about the store? 2 year olds, 3 year olds, 8 year olds. I don't give a damn. When you're my child and we in a store together, we're sticking together. Especially in the times that we live in. Why are y'all letting, and I talk about this all the time too. Why are y'all letting y'all young children, why are y'all letting them not only run around the store but roam the neighborhoods by themselves? What's wrong with y'all? Do you not have a brain? Do you not have a brain? So there's no more structure, no more discipline in the black community. You know, I'm talking about as far as parenting our children. And it's a shame. I couldn't believe what I saw yesterday. Not only just that, but like I said, nobody was greeting one another. Nobody was speaking to each other. Everybody just had this evil, wicked look on their face. Everybody. Not to even mention, but there was this black lady, bruh. Before we even entered the store, there was evil throughout the neighborhood. Okay, I'm just call it how I see it, and I'm going based off of what we have had to witness yesterday because it actually happened to us. We trying to get across the street to the store. Okay, y'all know in Chicago they got the pedestrians, let the pedestrians walk past. They got the little walkway, or some people just be generous, you know what I'm saying? But as we were trying to cross the street with our child, mind you, I'm holding her in my arms. I'm not even walking with her or nothing because I know Chicago people so wicked, bro. They will speed up to try to hit you in your family. They do not care. They don't care. So we standing right there, right? We are letting the cars go past because right there, that's not a pedestrian walkway. You just gotta wait for the cars to bypass so you can go across the street. So that's what we were doing. Like I said, sometimes people will stop and out the kindness of their heart, they'll say, "Go ahead, you can go ahead." We standing there waiting for the cars to pass so we can go across the street, man. This black lady, older black lady, stops her car, holds up traffic to, she was not even like kindly saying, "Hey, you guys, y'all can go ahead." You know, this lady rolled down her window talking about, "Go!" And we looking at each other like, who she talking to? Because we waiting for the cars to pass. She was like, she started honking her horn and pointing at us and doing like this, "Go, go." So at that point, she held up traffic. Now there's a long line of cars behind her. And then the other side of the street, people are sitting there because they thought that, oh, we was about to cross the street because this lady wants us to go across the street. At that point, we told her, like, "No, it's okay. You can go. Like, fuck." You know what I'm saying? I could see if it was a pedestrians only walkway or whatever, then all right, maybe we ain't paying attention so we can go. It's not. Like I said, people stop sometimes out the kindness of their heart. But that was nothing but demonic, evil intent. She wanted a problem, okay? She didn't do it out the kindness of her heart. She hit the brakes, rolled down her window, and yelled at us, telling us to go, honking at us and everything. So we like, nah, you could just go on ahead. You could just go on ahead. You know what this lady did? She put her car in park, leaned over the steering wheel, and looked out the window. And there's cars honking at her. Honking. She held up traffic. And when I tell you the line was so long, it stretched through the light, and everybody was honking at her for her to go. Go. The other side, they was just like, man, we just finna go. They started riding past. She's still sitting there looking out her window. She turns around and looks at us as we're standing there looking like, what the you know what I'm saying? She looks at us and she's like, Jess, go. So my husband was like, man, what the I don't even know you. Go. You holding up traffic because you pissed off that we won't go across the street like you want us to go across the street. She was that mad. And I'm trying to see like what okay, at that point that's when I thought about it. I said, you know what? That was the first sign of adversity. And I already know what to expect walking into this store. Bro, when we finally crossed the street, this lady, the same lady that was honking at us for us to go, she pulled over and parked her car and got out and went into the same store. And guess what? She was pissed off. She was mad. She could not wait to try and cause conflict in the same exact store that we was going in. Mind you, this is an older lady. She looks like she's in her 60s, I would say. Yeah, early 60s. So matter of fact, as we walking into the store, the people that's coming out of the store, black folks, mad as hell, just everybody just pissed off, angry. You know, it's like everybody, like the whole community was just like aggravated, irritated. And I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100. They was really like irritated at the sight of us though. That's what, because honestly, you could see the smiles on people's faces as they're talking amongst one another. But as we are walking into the establishment, everybody just frowning up, looking at us like they just irritated with our presence. So I already knew what it was at that point. So we get in the store and I'm talking about adversity at an all-time high. Everybody up in there was wicked. Wicked. And it was just so disgusting to see because I felt like I just wanted to throw the item down and just leave. We gone. But you know what? I put myself to the test. Because I wanted to see, how strong I am to endure wickedness. Real talk. Oh yeah, I definitely was strong. For real. Because like the whole entire store just wicked. Like I said, you got women they got their kids running rampage throughout the store, touching everything they see. Just they don't know no better. You have to train them up. You got to tell them what not to do. And these women aren't telling their kids nothing. They just wait until they get to the register to check out. And if they don't see their children, they cussing them out. And then you got people just staring at it like they're staring at us. Everybody just got this wicked, evil look on their face. Which, alright, long as you don't touch me, you don't say nothing to me, we good. Like, I'm gonna mind my business, you gonna mind yours. But this is just amazing to see everybody just mad, pissed off. So, guess what? As we're standing in the aisle trying to find something that we need, an item, guess who walks up? The lady who was honking at us, yelling out the window at us. She walked up with her cart and she started staring at us, evil as ever. She was looking at us. She looked at our child. And I didn't even realize who she was until my husband had said something. And he was like, that's the same lady that was just like causing chaos in the traffic or whatever because she wanted us to walk across the street when she wanted us to. That's the same lady. And he was like, but it's all good as long as she don't touch none of us, say nothing to us. She can look all mad or whatever. She was pissed off, though. Like I'm trying to see, as strangers, how do we have any type of effect on you? How? How? As strangers. What did I do with my other phone? How do we have any type of effect on you? We ignored her and we kept it moving. Kept it moving. There was this other black guy in there. He's staring us down. I'm talking about staring us down. Like he wanted to have a staring contest, with us and our child. So my husband, he was like, man, I just want people to like respectfully get up out of our faces. Like they just keep, and then it's not even just oh, how y'all doing? I know you from this place and that place. It ain't even just one of those. It's really like, it ain't even just one of those. I have to test out the sound, y'all. It's not one of those. It's really just the fact that, people, they don't like to see us coming. Spiritually, we are a disturbance to them and their demons. When we walk in the room, everywhere we go, even with our child, we are a distraction to their demons. And they don't like us. A lot of black folks don't like us. Like our own kind dislikes us. You want to know why? Because they see that we different in a normal way. And it's not normal nowadays to see a young, strong black couple together with their child. They got common sense. That don't care about what nobody think about them. It's not normal to. It's not normal nowadays, and instead of people acknowledging the good within that, they want to turn it into something so bad, like so negative. It's negative to them. They don't feel like, you know, they don't feel like, I'm gonna just say they can't believe it. They can't believe that we're nothing like them. They can't believe that we are uh, a rare occurrence in their eyes. Like they can't believe that. They want us to be just like them. They want us to, you know, to join in with them. They want us to snap out of whatever we're in. So it disturbs their demons when they see. I'm gonna be honest with you. It really disturbs their demons because a lot of demons can tell when you're at peace. They like to disturb your peace. You know what I mean? So that's what we were walking into, and unfortunately, it was our own culture. It was our own culture. Like, and honestly, damn near every store that we go to around this area is demonic. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Not the store, it's the people. They're demonic. It is crazy that I even have to say this though. that it is definitely like we are at odds with each other. With the black race, it is good versus evil within the black race. And when I tell you, I feel like it was good versus evil in the store that we had to go in yesterday with our child. When I tell you, I mean, my husband was all eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'm scoping out everything too. Because I just, like I said yesterday in the short that I uploaded, I said it has gotten to a point where spiritual warfare is definitely turning physical, because you have to, anytime you have to put yourself in a position to where you have to like physically defend you and your family, it's really bad like that. It's really bad like that, because there's no more shit talking. There's no more of that. Ain't no more arguments anymore. At one point, I remember back then, back when I was in high school, people used to argue, they would fight, you know what I'm saying? Back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, people used to argue and then they'll fight it out. They'll use their fists. I remember way back when, before, people used to just be bumping their gums, talking crap, arguing with each other. Then after that, years later down the line, people start arguing, then fighting. Then after that, people started arguing and then jumping on each other. And then after that, people started arguing and now shooting each other, right? Then after that, people started arguing and now it has got to a point where we killing each other. Ain't no more arguing and fighting. There is no more of that in the black community. There is, matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. At this point, it's with a lot of cultures of people. People has lost their damn minds. Real talk. I ain't never was just up here talking, y'all, the whole time, and my phone was on mute. Damn, I'm tripping. Basically, what I was saying before I realized I was muted the whole time is I just wanted to keep it real and let y'all know that the black community is falling just like Babylon. And like I said, the only time we unite and we come together as people is when there is something tragic that happened in the family. When there is a death in the family, when there's racism or white cop killing a black person, when there's a celebration, when there's, you know, pagan holiday celebrations, you know, the church is doing something. But other than that, we divided as a people. We at odds with one another. Real talk. We ain't got no respect for each other. Let's be 100. Cause why is it that a whole community yesterday despises me and my husband? And see, why I say that too is because we are rare. We do stand out amongst a lot of other black people because we nothing like them. We're the good and they're the evil. And like I said, if it don't apply, let it fly. If you're not an evil, wicked black person, then this do not apply to you. But it's very rare to find good black people out here for real. We don't really come across good black people, man. All we do is come. It don't even matter what community we in. It don't even matter if it's our own community. Outside of our community, it seems like everywhere we go, like black people are just, I don't know. Most of them are just too far gone in the matrix. They too far gone in the matrix, and like I said too before, people know that they are in the matrix. They already know they in the matrix. They just don't care. Don't wake them up. Don't bother them. They do not want to be messed with while they're asleep. How dare you wake them up? And see, when they hear me and my husband talk, when they see people like us, and most importantly, like I said, when they hear us talk, they hold they hold just demeanor changes. Now they're no longer this cool black person because they heard enough. They heard our beliefs, and that is enough for them. I just find it extremely disrespectful and rude when my own culture of people can't even accept that me and my husband do not partake in the celebrations of pagan holidays. I just I just find it so disrespectful when you can't accept that just because we are African American or black. So y'all say, just because we are black, we should y'all believe that we should celebrate every holiday because we are black. See, most of the black culture is so brainwashed. They are so brainwashed that they really and truly believe that, oh no, you are of the same culture as me. You should celebrate holidays. Why are you not celebrating holidays? When you're of the same culture as me, you should celebrate Juneteenth. Why are you not celebrating Juneteenth? When you're the same culture as me, you should go to church every Sunday. Why are you not going to church every Sunday? Why are you not giving tithe and offering? Why are you not going to college? Why you don't eat pork? When you're in the same culture as me, you're going to stand up for your people no matter what they do wrong to you. When you're the same culture as me, you're going to respect your elders, even if they disrespect the hell out of you. When you're the same culture as me, you're going to speak to me when I say, hello, how are you doing? Black people, most of them, are brainwashed. Just because we have the same ethnicity does not mean that I should partake in what you partake in. My beliefs are different from yours. Even though I was born and raised and brought up in church, when I got older and I realized how most of these churches in the church I grew up in was a damn finesse, I stopped going. And I started praising God at home. I started praying at home. I don't need to go to church every Sunday to praise God, man. Real talk. And see, that's the mindset that we were raised up on. And I'm breaking the generational curses. I'm breaking the generational curses. You can believe in God at home. Because a lot of these preachers, a lot of these pastors nowadays are very deceiving. And you don't want to sit in somebody's church that is deceiving you, okay? Shout out to Pastor Stephen Darby. Real talk. Because he's the only pastor that I know that did not deceive the people before he died. That man spoke some real truth before he left this earth. And he spit some real facts, some real wisdom to the people. And it honestly, most importantly, if it wasn't for God, but if it wasn't for me scrolling through my algorithm back in 2020 when we were on lockdown and stuff like that, I would have never found Pastor Stephen Darby, and I don't feel like I would have woken up until I was in my late 40s, probably, unfortunately. But watching that, I woke up from this society and the way that people are and everything. I woke up from binge watching this man videos, and I was only what, 25? I'm trying to see, was I 25? No, I wasn't 25. My bad, y'all. I'm tripping. I was man, I think I was a little bit older. Probably 26, 27. 26 going on 27 when I finally woke up to find out everything, this whole entire life that we've been living as of now, is a damn lie and a finesse. And the truth is, we as the people are at odds with one another. And before we go to war with each other, we have to be at war with it. It happens within first. Real talk. I'm just tired of people trying to make it seem like there's, objects that is making us go to war. It is the people. The people. Like I said, if anybody on this earth had peace in their hearts, I can almost guarantee we will live in peace. There will be no wars. But being that, you know, we were born with dark matter, and unfortunately, a lot of people, most people were just purely born with dark matter, and that's it, and they're just pure evil. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, anybody that can be extremely wicked and evil, at that point you're not human. For real. Because when you wicked and evil, most definitely you do not have any compassion. Unless something happens to you. Then when something happens to you, then it seems like that's when you got love in your heart. That's when you got compassion, because you're scared that, you know, you're scared at this point. But us as black people, man, I never imagined it to be this way. I never imagined us to like be at odds with each other, to the point where, like I said, when we go out here in public, man, we really dislike each other. We really look each other up and down, you know, calling one another names and stuff like that, looking to kill each other and stuff, and looking down on one another because this person has more than you, and you're beneath them because you don't make as nearly as much as they do, and you don't live in a community that they like, you don't drive the type of car that it has gotten to the point where We are at war with one another over materialistic things, over items. And then they turn around and they blame the items for us going to war with one another. That's why I'm like, y'all blaming objects, bro. You talking about this missile and that missile and this missile and they using that and that. Man, let me tell you something. And this bomb and that bomb and this gun and that gun. It is not the objects, it is the people. The people have to use the objects. In order for an object to be used on you, it is the person that has to take it to use it on you. That person has evil intent. So then there is war. We at war with each other first. I mean, we at war from within first, and then we go to war with each other. And people, they don't want to. They don't want to admit that, especially the black culture. They don't want to admit that. They hate when they hear me talk because they like, nah, she just saying anything. She a liar. She just, man, she racist. She ain't even black. Look at her. She ain't even black. Just look at her. Go look at her pictures. I'm telling you, she not black. She really trying to act like she from Chicago. She not from Chicago. Like, people, when they get mad at you and they dislike you for telling the truth, they start making up things about you in their own head, and they start believing their own lies about you. That's why I say when a person dislikes you and they got their mind made up about you as a person because of all the lies they have created inside of their mind about you, you can't change their mind. It is what it is. Stop proving yourself to them. You ain't got to prove nothing to them. People are going to be people. And unfortunately, when a person don't want to hear the truth, they just want to remain asleep. They don't want to be disturbed. I tell you, boy, when we was in that line yesterday at that store, and when my husband was at the register getting rung up, mind you, the checkout lane was, I don't know, man. They need to expand it, make it wider or something, make it longer, because it just wasn't enough room, And I'm standing next to him, like the checkout lanes was so close together, to be honest. And then it's just very little to no space. And so I'm standing next to him with our daughter, and we're putting the items up on the conveyor belt. And the lady behind us, black lady, because like I said, everybody in the store was black. The lady behind us did not say excuse me, okay? She did not. She knew it was not enough room, y'all. I'm telling you. Because if it was, there would have been more than enough room for her to put her stuff up there. We not no evil, wicked people like that, If we know you holding on to some stuff, we gonna move out the way so you can put it up there, She did not say excuse me. Instead, she reaches over my husband and starts, like, even though our items were right there, she's putting her items right there with ours, knowing that there's no more room for her items yet, unless we were able to move up, but it was somebody in front of us. Once that lady moves and we move up, all right, then you got more than enough room, but you knew there was no room. So as she doing it, I'm looking at my husband. I'm like, this lady really did not say, she didn't say excuse me or nothing. She reaching over him and she's placing all of her water bottles right there with ours. This lady looked like she was, I would probably say her early 50s, late 40s. And her husband was with her. And he looked like he was older than her. But very rude, very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So he turned around, he looked at her. I'm looking at him and I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing. All right? I'm going to let my husband do the talking. And I'm going to stay in a wife's place. He was like, he started just talking out loud. And he was like, you know what? Sometimes when it's people like this, You know, you really gotta ignore people like this, because people like this, see, they really want you to turn up with them. They want to get rowdy, you know. And as he's talking out loud, he's irritating her demons. She not saying nothing. She just kept putting her stuff up there, not saying excuse me. You know, it was just ridiculous. The the amount of disrespect that she has. And I can almost guarantee you she be teaching her children and her grandchildren to be respectful to others, but she out here disrespectful as hell. So we get to the register and she's still doing the same stuff, you know. But now she has room to put her stuff up there. What she's doing is she's scooting closer to him, closer behind him. Every time he move up, she move up closer. So at that point, I'm getting extremely, and y'all, I'm gonna have to end this laugh because my baby girl is she ready. I just want to say this. At that point, that's when me as a wife, what I did was I had to look at this lady. Cause you know what? When people do dumb, weird shit, you just want to look at them, and you just want to know why. Like, what's wrong with you? Do you have any brain cells right now? Are you thinking? So as she's still doing it and being ignorant, and he's sparing her, you know what I'm saying? I'm staring at her with my daughter. I'm holding my daughter. I'm just looking like, this lady cannot be serious. She really want a problem. She really want to start something. So once we got the receipt and we are trying to walk out the door, the security guard, he's standing by the door looking at us, extremely wicked. Next thing you know, as my husband is checking his receipt, and we, like I said, we trying to walk out the door, he grabs me and he moves me to the side. He like, hold on, baby. Let's move out this man's way. This dude, when I looked, this dude that was walking behind him, walking out at the same time as us, he was walking so close behind my husband. It was ridiculous how no space between them. Like, it probably was like, I would say, a little bit of space, a little bit. But I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody that was in that store that was being wicked as hell, they definitely got spared, because I'm so surprised that at that point hubby ain't turn around, because he had every right at that point to really put hands on dude. And guess what? Dude was with the rainbow community. So he instantly, he stepped over. He was like, oh, go ahead, bro. Just go ahead. Go ahead, bro. This dude was walking so close up behind him that it was ridiculous, okay? And at that point, as we're walking out the door, I was like, man, I said, you know what? It's a damn shame how the whole time from start to finish, leaving this store now, I've realized how more wicked black people have became. Nobody saying excuse me. Dude was so close behind him, he didn't even say excuse me or nothing. Rainbow community or not, that man ain't say not one word. He just was, I guess he was very happy that he was able to be behind a grown ass man. The amount of insanity, it's really ridiculous. And like I said, it got to a point where the spiritual warfare has become so physical that you better make sure that you are in straight up self-defense mode out here if you a good person, because it's got to the point where, like I said, it's good versus evil, you know. And unfortunately, it's in the black community. Unfortunately, why we gotta protect ourselves against one another? We got creepy ass neighbors around here. And I mean, damn near everybody within this, some in some sort of way, they are creepy in some kind of way, even the women. Even if it's not just perversion, it's just there, the creepiness, the weirdness, the evilness. It's here. It's here. When we left out that store and we finally got in the car, it was such a relief. Oh, what a relief. But it was just so mind boggling to know that that's not the only store in the community that is filled with the black culture. That, and when I tell you, and it's crazy because we've tried, because usually what we do is we go far out in the suburbs and we go shopping and stuff like that. You know what, this is just every reason to go far out in the suburbs to go shopping, because for one, when you in the city, they don't really be having nothing in the stores anyway. Customer service sucks ass. And then the customers inside of the store is just straight up negative. I'm tired of being around a bunch of evil, wicked, non-human like beings. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people knowing me and watching me on YouTube and then seeing me in person and staring at me. Just weird. Just weird. I'm tired of people that they know me personally, that's watching me, that's not acknowledging whatsoever that, hey, girl, I be watching you on YouTube. And people, see, they don't want to see you elevate. They don't want to see you doing good. They don't want to have to congratulate you in any type of way. They don't even want to know that you're getting further than them whatsoever, because they feel like, nah, can't be. She ain't got her full education. She don't have this. She don't have that. There is no way that she's getting ahead of me. No way. And when I see her, I'm not going to congratulate her. I'm not going to give her, any good feedback, or I'm not going to, talk to her. I'm not going to say anything to her. They don't even feel like, even if they do have knowledge in some areas, they don't even feel like they should give that to you. They just want to leave you out here hanging. And then as soon as you get ahead of them, they be mad. It pisses them off. That's the times we live in. 2025 is the time of the wicked. The creepy, evil, weird, gang-stalking, wicked, unstable creatures that we live amongst. Only time that we unite is when we have to celebrate something, or when there's a death in the family, or a person that's dead that we knew. The only time that we love is digitally, through text messages, sending each other heart emojis as if that's real love. Saying I love you through a text message as if that's real love, real compassion. Because a person can love you and hate you at the same time. How? How is that so? You want to know why? Because when a person got so much hate for you, somewhere deep down inside, they love you. Because they're obsessed with you. So they have to have some sort of love for you. But nevertheless, y'all, I'm out. Wake them folks up.